it's Lisa for the Fayette County Public Library, and this is a show called Science Isn't Scary. Today we are out and about at the fire station. I am here with Chief Jones. Good morning.
Good morning.
And he's going to talk to us a little bit about fire safety. As you know, October is Fire Safety Month, and so he's going to tell us what we need to know in order to be safe in our homes. All right, Chief Jones, can you give our viewers some hints about how to be safe in our home?
Well, one of the first things we try to explain to everyone, especially the children, is they need to know what number to call if their house is on fire. They need to call 911. The second thing that we like to explain to the kids is that it's really important to know what their address is. A lot of times if you call 911 and you don't call from a landline, you might call from a cell phone. The dispatchers don't always know where you're calling from, so they might ask you what's your address, and if you don't know your address, they won't know where to send the fire truck. So it's very important for the kids to go to their parents and say, what is our address? And practice that with your kids. That way we can get to the right place and we can get there quick. One of the other things that we try to push is the smoke detectors. Smoke detectors are super important. And if you don't know if you have one, kids, go home and ask your parents, do we have a smoke detector? Where is it? You're supposed to have a smoke detector on at least every level of your house and outside of every sleeping area. It's very, very important. And we try to tell everybody to at least check your batteries twice a year. In Indiana, we have two time changes. So we try to tell everybody, just when time changes, change your battery. It's as easy as that. Another thing that's very important, especially for kids, is we try to tell kids not to play with matches, not to play with lighters. A lot of times parents will leave lighters laying around, especially the grill lighters. Those are popular nowadays with lighting your grills up. The kids need to not be able to access those. And kids, if you see those laying out, you need to go tell your mommy or daddy, say, you need to put that up. Maybe you have a little brother or sister that might get a hold of those and accidentally start a fire. So if you see those types of things laying around, tell mom or dad to put those things up.
Okay, so Chief, what if there's actually a fire in your house? What do you do?
Well, the first thing you need to do is that hopefully you have a smoke detector. If the smoke detector is going off and you wake up, what you want to do is, if you're in bed or wherever you're at, you want to get as low as you can. You want to crawl out of the house. The reason being is because when there's a fire in the house, all the smoke and the hot gases, they start up high at the ceiling and then they start to work their way down. So the best air and the best temperature is going to be at the floor level. So if you roll out of bed, crawl out of the house, that's the best way to do it. Once you get outside the house, you need to have a discussion beforehand with mom or dad and with your brothers and sisters. Where do we go once we go out of the house? If you all go in different directions, then mom or dad might be standing outside, and when we show up to put the fire out, they might think that the son or daughter is still in the house. So, and that's a problem. So what we need to do is we need to have a discussion beforehand. Where do we go if we have a house fire? We go to the big tree out front. So that way when everybody comes out of the fire, everybody goes to the tree, we show up, and that's one of the first things we'll ask a bystander. Do you know if there's anyone in the house? And if they say, no, everyone's out, then we can focus on the fire a little differently. But if we don't know, then we're gonna make an interior search right off the bat to make sure that there's nobody in the house.
What about a pet?
Well, pets, we do our best, we do the best we can with the pets. That's one thing you never want to do, is if you come out of the house and you happen to have a pet still in the house, you never want to run back in after a pet. We'll do the best we can to get your pet out, but you are more important than the pet.
So what happens if you get on fire? What happens if your clothes get on fire, your bedclothes or something?
If you happen to catch on fire, you've all heard it before, stop, drop, and roll. The best thing to do is just stop, drop on the ground, and roll around, and that'll more than likely put the fire out.
So when a fireman comes into your house, sometimes they're really scary looking. Can you tell the kids to not be afraid of that?
If for some reason your house catches on fire and you're in a room and you go to your door and the fire's outside your bedroom door, the best thing that you can do is shut that door and go to the window. And if the window's on the first floor and you can get out, great. If the window's higher than that, open the window and yell for help, because more than likely we'll be there within a couple minutes and we'll hear you. And when we come in the house to do a search, we don't want you to be afraid of the firefighters. They might look scary initially, but they're not.
Well, that was really some great information on fire safety, Chief. I noticed that we're standing here right in front of this big, beautiful fire truck. Is there anything you want to show us on the fire truck?
Yeah, we're standing in front of Engine 4. We're over at Station 4 right now on the east side of town. This is one of our newest engines, and we'll have the guys show you guys some of the equipment on this truck.
Now I'm here with firefighter Buckles, and he's going to show us some of the tools that are on this fire truck that helps put the fire out when he comes to your house. So what can you show us?
This is the front compartment. Obviously the driver and the pump operator, they go hand in hand. If we come up on a scene, he'll put it in park, turn his pump into gear, and that way he can get water to the firefighters that's in there fighting the fire.
Cool. What about all these nozzles? This is awesome. These are really cool. Can I pull one?
Yes, you can.
Oh, that's hard. Man, you have to be strong to be a good firefighter. Gosh.
Each handle goes to a different hose.
Okay. And foam? What's foam used for?
Foam is for more like gas stations.
Oh, okay. Gas fires?
Contain liquid, harmful liquids and gasoline, and then this is our 5-inch that's connected to the
Fire hydrants?
fire hydrants.
Cool.
That's how
Okay.
we get water to feed the truck. The 5-inch hose.
And sometimes you have to like break into a house, right? And so you have some things here that help you do that?
Yes, ma'am. Here we got our pike pole. It's used for ripping down ceilings or walls or whatever
Okay.
we need to do.
All right.
Tear down doors.
Is there anything in this last compartment you want to tell us about?
This is our extrication tools, like car accidents.
Oh,
if
okay.
someone's trapped in their vehicle, the jaws of life.
Cool.
And the cutters. That way we can get in the vehicles and save them.
Mm-hmm.
This is our vent saws. Cut vents in the roofs.
Okay.
That'll let smoke out the top. That way relieves the heat and stuff in the inside of the house.
Wow. So firefighters have to use a lot of tools to help put out a fire. That's really cool. Thanks for showing us this equipment.
No problem.
Boys and girls, fire safety is something that's very important to you. And I think these firefighters really know their stuff, and they are a great asset to our community. And fire safety is just something that we really need to know about. I'm Miss Lisa for the Fayette County Public Library, and this has been Science Isn't Scary Out and About.